guys, this hearing goes off the rails instantly. Within seconds, the judge is interrupted, patience is tested, and the tone turns tense fast. You can feel this courtroom heading for a blow-up before the case even gets started.
We are here today, February 3rd, 2026. It's 9:22 in the morning. I am Judge Phyllis Martinez Gonzalez. I am the presiding Title 40 judge for Court 44 here in El Paso County. Today, we are going to have a temporary orders hearing on a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. May I have announcements, please?
Juan Cabo, attorney for the state, present and ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Let the record reflect that Mr. Fawaz Mashir is present. He is representing himself in this legal action. And we also have Ms. Miranda Barunda. She too is present and representing herself as well. Ms. Barunda, are you ready to have a temporary orders hearing today?
Yes.
And Mr. Mashir, are you ready to have a temporary orders hearing today?
Yes.
Both of you, please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you provide this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can both lower your hands. Mr. Cabo.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready today to proceed on a partial agreement. The parties have agreed to establish paternity. In this case, Mr. Mashir being the father of the child. We are granting the agreement is sole managing conservatorship for Ms. Barunda, with Ms. Barunda as primary, setting child support at $389, medical support at $82, to continue with the government plan. These obligations would start March 1st. There are 2 children that are to be adjudicated in this case, and Ms. Barunda is going to apply for government help. The contested issues in this case will be geographical restriction and access and possession, and we will be reserving retro for the final.
Okay.
Okay, the state calls Ms. Barunda.
Yes.
Ms. Barunda, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yes, it's Miranda Bailey Borunda.
And can you state the names of the children before the court? The full names?
It's Josiah Amar Mashir Borunda and Abraham Era Mashir Borunda.
And you heard the partial agreement that I read into the record?
Yes.
Is that your agreement in this case?
Yes.
And is this agreement in the best interest of your children?
Yes.
You heard what I've listed as the contested issues in this case being geographical restriction and access and possession. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we'll start with 1 at that time. For the geographical restriction, are you asking for a geographical restriction?
No.
Why are you not asking for a geographical restriction?
Due to work, I don't know where they would be positioning me, and I don't want to be restricted to only El Paso. I don't want to restrict my work life to only El Paso. If the opportunity comes for me and the kid to get a better, for me to get a better position, I would like to receive that opportunity with no restriction.
Okay. And as far as access and possession, what are you asking the court to give in this case?
Okay, so is that regarding visitation?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like supervised visits, no overnight stays, no taking the kids to Juarez. Due to me not having any contact with the father of my children, I wouldn't be able to know if my kids are safe in his possession. Um, Neither his family answers or anything. I wanted public visitation supervised.
And for how long are you asking the supervision to occur?
Till they're 18, if I can.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Mashir, do you have any questions of Ms. Barunda?
No.
Mr. Godwin, call your next witness, please.
Okay, the state calls Mr. Mashir.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Mashir, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Fawaz Mashir.
Okay, can you state the full names of the children in this case?
Abraham Aram Mashir Borunda and Josiah Amar Mashir Borunda.
Okay. You heard the agreement I read into the record, correct?
Yes.
And this partial agreement, is that your understanding of your partial agreement in this case?
Yes, but I don't agree with it.
You do not agree with those terms
No.
in this case?
No.
Okay, what specifically do you not agree with?
There was supervised visitations and not being able to see the kids.
Okay, so let me, for the clarity of the record, the agreement I read in the partial agreement, these are the terms that I'm going to remind you and make sure we're understanding what's going on here. So the first part of the partial agreement would be you're acknowledging you are the father of the children. Is that
Yeah.
are you in
Yes.
agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in agreement with Ms. Baronda having sole managing conservatorship with her as primary over the children?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with child support being $389 in this case?
Yes.
And you're in agreement with medical support being $82 in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And you're in agreement with these obligations starting next month on the 1st, which would be March 1st?
Dad finally pushes back and changes the dynamic in the room. His response draws a clear boundary and forces the court to slow things down and get specific. The tension jumps because now the judge has two very different stories to weigh.
No, not until I get to see my kids.
Okay. Noted. For these parts of the agreement that you've agreed to, those are the agreements you are currently agreeing to, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to move into the contested part. So you've already stated this, so forgive me, I'm going to go back through each one. So the first one is the geographical restriction. Are you asking for a geographical restriction?
Well, yes, I would like them to stay in El Paso
Okay. Why would you like them to stay in El Paso?
because I live here.
Okay. Any other reasons?
No, that's the only reason.
Okay. For the access and possession, or visitation, as you guys might understand it, what are you asking the court to order?
I'm just asking for them to let me pick them up every once in a while, and she can have them back at the end of the day.
Do you have any specific days you're looking to get?
I don't have specific days because my days off are random.
Okay. Are you wanting these visits to be supervised or unsupervised?
Unsupervised.
Are you wanting overnight visits?
I'm okay with overnight visits if that's okay. Every once in a while they can come and stay over.
Okay. Anything else in regards to the access and possession of the kids in this case?
No.
The state passes the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Barunda, do you have any questions of Mr. Mashir?
Yes, so for the visitation, I would like it supervised, and he knows exactly why. Either I can explain why they need to be supervised or he can explain.
Ms. Barunda, do you have a question for Mr. Mashir?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Calvo, anything else?
Uh, just our recommendation, Your Honor, if you're ready for it.
Okay, before we go into that, what was the step down provision for the child support?
It'll be, let me double check, Your Honor. It'll be $311.
Okay, so I am gonna follow up for both of you on the access and possession, and let me start off with Ms. Barunda. How old are your sons?
4 and 5.
Okay. And for purposes of access and possession, visitation, did you ever live together with Mr. Mashir as a family?
Yes.
When was that?
In 2025. At the beginning of the year, and actually we moved in together in 2024 and he moved out at the beginning of 2025.
So both of your sons and both of you and Mr. Mashir lived together as a family for some time.
Yes.
Okay. And when was the last time Mr. Mashir was able to see the children?
I want to say last week.
Okay. And did he pick up the boys?
No, I always have to drop them off
And why is that?
because he doesn't ask for help from his family, I guess, to see the kids.
Okay. And where did you drop the boys off?
I didn't drop them off. I stayed with them there. We were at his mom's house
Okay. Why did you stay there?
because they can't be by themselves with Fawaz.
And why is that?
Because he'll leave them with his family members and their family members won't take care of them.
How do you know that?
I've seen it before. One time, actually, after he moved out, I asked him to help me with the kids while I started my new job. I dropped off the kids. I went to go pick them up after work, and he was nowhere to be found, and his family was outside in the back, and the kids were by themselves watching TV.
That's a lie.
Hold on, Mr. Mashir. So, Ms. Barunda, were the children in any danger?
Okay, so due to the lifestyle the family and himself choose to do drugs in the house, yes.
Did the children test positive for narcotics or any drug substance?
Not while under my supervised, no, not while they're with me. They haven't.
Okay, but when we're talking about the instance where the children were with Mr. Mashir, were the children under any sort of influence of any drugs, substance, anything like that?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, you have some concerns about lifestyles of Mr. Mashir or where he resides.
Yes. He's
Okay.
actually been before at that house. Several incidents have happened in that house where I don't want the kids by themselves in that house.
The narrative starts collapsing under its own weight. Allegations pile up, timelines don't match, and the judge begins pulling at loose threads that expose major inconsistencies. You can almost feel credibility slipping away, sentence by sentence.
Okay. So there was some sort of criminal activity that happened or an act of family violence that happened in that house?
Criminal activity.
Okay. And were there any charges?
I don't think he proceeded with the charges.
Okay. Were your children in the house when this happened?
Yes. And once again, that's when I had left the kids in his possession to go pick up some stuff for them, and he was nowhere to be found. and the kids were by themselves with another family member.
Okay, so the children weren't by themselves. They had an adult that was with them. Is that my understanding?
And I want to say a 15-year-old or 14-year-old is not an adult and shouldn't be taking care of more than 5 children.
Okay, so you're saying there were no adults, but there was a teenager that was there.
Yes, while everybody
Okay.
was outside during the commotion.
So there were adults at the house.
At the house, but they were being arrested. They were handcuffed by police outside.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to piece together what you're telling me, and it's very difficult when I'm only getting bits and pieces of information.
Okay,
Okay,
so what had
so I'm
happened?
understanding there was an altercation, police are there, and the adults were outside getting arrested. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes.
Okay, and was this a one-time incident, or has this happened several times?
This did happen one time, and this was when Josiah was little.
Okay, and so I'm glad you brought that up. What was the month and what was the year?
I want to say August of 2020.
Okay, so since August of 2020, when this incident happened, and I can understand it's scary, what other incidences have happened in the past 6 years? Well, let's just go 5 years since we're just starting 2026.
Mm, well, it's an everyday issue of them smoking at their house. And this is not just smoking outside, it's smoking in front of the kids.
Okay, smoking what, ma'am? A cigarette? Anna? How do you know that?
Because I've seen them. His
So
mom does it, he does it.
hold on, you've been present with the children and there's people smoking.
Yes, and when it happens, there's nothing I can say because it's their house. So I decide to leave with myself and the kids, and they turn it and throw it back in my face because I leave. And they ask me, why are you leaving? Why are you taking the kids? When they know exactly what they're doing.
Okay, so you're talking about other people. What about Mr. Mashir? Was he smoking
Yes,
as well? Yes, he was smoking.
yes.
Okay. And what was his response with regards to his children being around this?
It's nothing unusual to him, I guess.
Okay. So you indicated that the incident with the police was in 2020, and you testified that you were living together as a family up until 2024 or 2020. Is that correct?
The beginning of 2025.
So 2024 all the way to the beginning of 2025.
Yes.
Okay. And you said last week Mr. Mashir was able to see the kiddos. You brought them over to the house, but you stayed there.
Yes.
Okay. And before that, before this incident, how many times has he seen the children since y'all been separated?
He has been able to see them. At one point, he did come and again when I started working, um, since there was an issue with bed bugs at his house, he would come to my house instead of me taking the kids to his mom's house, and he would help me watch the kids at the apartment where we would all live together. Um, again, I shouldn't have, and I stopped asking him for help because he wouldn't watch the kids. I have a security camera in my apartment where it shows he was just asleep the whole time and the kids were just running amok in the whole house. So I had stopped asking him after a week, after I saw that he wasn't going to answer the phone while I was calling him at work. I had been asking my family members for help with work and with the kids because I have no one else to rely on.
Okay. Anything else regarding access and possession, which is visitation, that I should be made aware of?
So he has blocked me on everything. I wouldn't be comfortable with him and my kids in any way or form if it's not supervised or no overnight, because there's no way I can contact him. And if something happens to
Hold
my
on.
kids,
You mentioned something here. So both of you don't have access to each other's phone numbers, is what I'm understanding. Okay,
no.
understood. Anything else?
Mm, I wouldn't want him to be able to take the kids to Juarez
And why is that?
because again, that's where they visit their family, and I wouldn't be comfortable with my kids being with his family in Juarez.
Okay, what's wrong with his family and what is?
Mm. Again, their lifestyle that they choose to live, um, it's not a lifestyle that my children should be around.
And when you say lifestyle, are you talking about the
Drugs
smoking, the drugs
and
that they're
yes, that they
consuming?
possess.
So when you say his family, you mean everybody, his mom, his sister, his everybody.
Yes,
You have personally seen everyone in his family use drugs.
yes.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
Mm, no.
Okay. Mr. Mashir, you heard some of the concerns that Ms. Barunda have with regards to visitation between you and your boys. Did you have any response to any of those concerns that she has raised?
Yes.
Okay.
For the first one, the last time I saw the kids, I only saw them for 15 minutes, and the only reason she came was so I can sign the title of the car so she can sell it and buy herself a new car. She just bought herself a new car. That's the only reason she came. She didn't come to let me see the kids. She only came so I can sign the title off to her. This was three people who broke into my house. They're trying to beat up one of my cousins, and they me. That's nothing to do with criminal activity in my house. I have the police report right here, and it says this happened in 2018. Apparently, I have it right here.
Okay.
As far as my concerns with her family, I know her brothers smoke as well. She used to smoke as well. I don't know why she's saying all this extra stuff. Um, she moved into my house when she was 17 years old. And she's been living here ever since. I don't know why she acts like this is a really bad place. If she's been living here since she was 17 because her parents kicked her out.
Okay, Mr. Mashir, anything else regarding visiting with your sons?
I have not been able to see my kids in a long time because she doesn't let me. And she has my phone number. She literally calls me every day. She's saying that she doesn't have my phone number when she calls me at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, whenever she feels like it.
Okay. So I want to hear what would be, first of all, this is just temporary orders. Let's make that clear. So we're going to come back in May. Okay. So think about it in this terms. We're going to start some visitation starting this month. So it's all of February, all of March, all of April, and then we're going to come back in May. And I want to hear how visitation has been between you and your boys. Okay. So if you have a calendar, let's look at it. You said in your testimony that your schedule for work varies.
Yes.
Okay. And if I understood you correctly, you were comfortable with picking up your children and then dropping them off at the end of the day.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start there. Let's do no overnight visits right now, but let's
Okay.
start with you having the ability to pick up your sons and to drop off your sons at a location that's public. Okay?
Okay.
All
Yes.
right. So if I'm looking at general terms, I typically will do either every week or I'll do every first, third, and fifth, either Saturday, Friday, Sunday, whatever's convenient for so many hours. So let's just start small. Let's start this weekend, for instance. which would be the first weekend of February, right?
Okay.
What's your availability Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
Give me 1 second, please. Let me check my schedule. So my next day off is gonna be on Sunday.
Okay. And that's February 8th. And from
No,
what time to what time will you be able to pick up? First of all, do you have, I mean, they're still young, so you have car seats, I'm going to presume.
yes, I have car seats.
Okay, because this is you.
Or they
picking
have their car
kiddos.
seats. They have car seats. I bought them
You have to
car
provide your
seats.
own car seats for what?
Miss Barunda, please be quiet while I'm asking questions of Mr. Mashir. Mr. Mashir, do you have your own car seats?
No, I don't, because they're with the kids. I bought car seats for them brand new. They have them.
The judge steps in and takes full control of the situation. With calm authority, she lays out a structured plan that cuts through emotion and focuses strictly on the children. This moment shifts the entire case from chaos to accountability.
Okay, but they're not in your car.
No, they're in her car.
Okay. Is there a way for you to get car seats by the
Yes,
8th?
that's not a problem at all.
Okay. So, what time do you want to pick up the boys?
12?
And what time will you drop them off?
Around 7?
The boys don't go to school, correct? Are they in daycare or anything like that?
They go to school, both of them.
Okay, so let's do 6 o'clock. That way they can be home at a relatively earlier hour. So how about 12
Okay,
to 6?
how about 11 to 6?
I'm fine with that. 11 to 6. Now, you have car seats.
Not
let's-
right now, but I'll buy some.
You will get them, okay? And then where are you going to pick up your boys? You're going to go to Ms. Barunda's place of residence? Or do you want to go meet at a park? Or a mall?
If she's okay with it, I can pick them up all the way to the house. It's not a problem.
Okay, Ms. Barunda, do you have an issue with that?
With him picking them up at my house? No.
Okay, so that's the 8th. When's your next day off?
1 second, please.
Okay.
My next day off will be on Tuesday, February 10th. And then I don't have my schedule up yet for next week.
Okay, so on weekends, do you typically get any days off on the weekends?
Usually I don't, but for some reason I have this Sunday available. Like I said, it's random. They do their schedules randomly. It benefits me to work on the weekends because I make a little bit more money.
Understood. So I really don't want to disrupt the boys' school.
Yes. But I
So-
mean, for now, on Sunday, February 8th, and I could probably ask for maybe the next Sunday off, if possible.
Okay, so we can do this. If Sundays are probably the easiest of the days of the week for you to get days off, then let's go ahead and for all of February, we will do, which will be February 8th, February 15th, and February 22nd. Dad will pick up the boys from 11 to 6. Okay?
I'm okay with that. I can ask for those days off.
All righty. March, we can either do the same.
It's because, like I said, the weekend is when usually I make my money.
Okay.
So I would also like maybe during the week I could, but like maybe.
Okay,
I'm
so
okay.
February
For
we'll do
now,
all of that. February we'll do all Sundays.
I'm
Then
okay with that.
March, let's add to that. Okay?
Okay.
So is there a day during the week that you could pick up the boys from school and then drop them off at Miss Barunda's house in the evening?
I'm not too sure right now, because right now, like, right now I think I'm getting like a Thursdays off. But
Okay.
it just depends on my schedule, miss.
Well, no, I get that. And that's part of why both of you need to communicate with each other, if for nothing else, because of the children. You and Miss Bruno don't have to be friends. You don't have to be best friends, but you do need to learn how to co-parent together. And part of that is communicating with each other so that both of you can spend the quality time with your children. You know, both your boys need both of you. So
Yes, ma'am. I try to do that, but that's something she doesn't get when I try to.
I get that, but we're gonna move in little bits and pieces. Okay.
Okay.
So, because ultimately, what I want to see is a standard possession order. And a standard possession order doesn't fit everyone's schedule. It really requires parents to communicate with each other because you clearly work weekends. I don't know mom's work schedule, but you're going to have to be flexible with this because there's no one visitation schedule that's going to work for every family. But I'm trying to I'm trying to get you to be with your kiddos so that we can move forward to something that's overnight and something that is more feasible.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if there is a weekday, so let's say if we continue either Saturday or Sunday, and then one weekday, what would it be?
I want to say Thursday.
Okay. So then for the month, so February, every Sunday, 11 to 6, starting March. I would even include that to be March. Then on, let's say March, it'd be the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
And like I'm saying, like sometimes I'll work mornings and I'll be off by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So I can also like even do that like after 4 sometimes. It just depends on how she would feel that day about it.
Okay. Well, this is regarding access and possession really quickly. So on March, we're going to do first, third, and I think you only have that both weekends. Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 6. And then every Thursday, you're going to pick up your sons and then drop them off by 6 o'clock that evening. April, let's do the same. Okay, so with regards to the agreements that everyone here, I am going to approve and confirm those agreements and make those orders from the court, excuse me. Mr. Calva, you said you had some recommendations. Were there any regarding the geographic restriction on a temporary basis and visitation?
No, Your Honor, it was just to whatever the court deems in the best interest of the children and to confirm the child support and medical support, well, all the agreement as agreed to.
Okay. With regards to geographic restriction, I am going to place a geographic restriction to El Paso County and its contiguous counties. I am going to grant access and possession. We already talked about February. It's going to be every Sunday, 11 to 6. Pickup and drop off will be at Ms. Barundo's house. March will be April, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I'm sorry, 1st, 3rd, and 5th. I'm getting my months mixed up. 1st, 3rd, and 5th, Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 6.
On Saturdays, miss, is usually on Saturdays like the day that I'm never off.
Okay, so then just stick with Sundays then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, may
Hold
I
on. Nope. I don't want to hear from you right now. Then on March, it'll be the 1st, 3rd Sundays and 5th Sundays. No Saturdays. Again, 11 to 6. However, every Thursday, pick up after school and drop off to mom's residence. And that'll be March and April. We come back May 5th, right? That's going to be May 5th at 10:30 in the morning. That's by Zoom. There should be at least a handful of access and possession between dad and the children. I am going to order that the parents communicate through the platform app Close.
Is there any way we could avoid that and just use our regular phone numbers, Your Honor?
No, because there's been testimony that there's communication issues, but when we come back on the final, I
Because I
want to
know
hear
you have.
hold on, sir. If it's not working for you, then I need to know it's not working for you, but you have to actually use it in order for you to have some information behind whether or not it's something that you can use to communicate with each other.
Are these
Okay.
visitations going to be supervised?
Absolutely not.
And why is that?
Because there's no need for them to be supervised.
Okay, well then I want the court to
No,
drug
ma'am.
test for was because he
There's
can't
no,
be
ma'am.
having the
Ms.
kids. for
Barunda,
themselves.
please be quiet.
Yes, ma'am, I will be quiet when
You're
I know
not.
the
Ma'am.
kids will be
You're
safe.
not being quiet.
Charles, we have a lot of people here.
I know, that's what I was just looking at. And apologies, I don't have an answer yet for the Moreno case. I'm following up with them right now.
That's
But I'll
not
let you know
background
as soon
noise.
as I hear something.
Mr. Mashir, you're still ordered to do the co-parenting class, or I think you just need to provide the certificate on that, as well as the orientation class. Make sure that you have those provided by the final hearing.
He hasn't done it. I don't even know how we're seeing the judge right now if he hasn't done those
Ma'am,
classes.
ma'am, quit talking
Barunda.
about, ma'am, you need to wait, ma'am. You can't be interrupting the judge.
Yes, sir.
During these temporary orders, there will be no controlled substance, no alcohol, no trips to Mexico.
Your Honor, would these visitations be able to be in public areas, not at his mom's house? Please, please, I'm begging you. They cannot
No,
go to his
there,
mom's
I
house.
have not heard anything to prevent this father from seeing his sons.
I'm not saying to prevent him from seeing his sons, but
That's
his
it.
Everything comes crashing down at the end. Interruptions backfire, demands get shut down, and the court makes it clear that manipulation doesn't work here. The judge's frustration says it all, and the lesson lands hard. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Do you think the judge saw through everything in time?